In October 2017, the Kaduna state government made 33,000 primary school teachers sit for a primary 4 exam. 21,780 of them, representing 66% of the number, did not get up to an overall score of 75%, the cutoff point which was set by the state. Many believe that this calls the education system in that state into question. Big Story today is on the quest for quality education in the country. Thanks for joining us on today's episode. I am Mary Alale Yusuf. The teachers who did not meet the 75% cutoff mark were given 3 months' notice to disengage from service.
To us, change is not a slogan to win elections.
The Kaduna state government says it has plans to restore the dignity of education in the state by bringing in young, qualified teachers to fill those spaces, and even more of them to reduce the ratio of students to teachers. Solidarity forever. This does not go down well with the Nigerian Union of Teachers, but the bigger issues are the questions that arise from this incident. One of them is, how did the over 21,000 make it to such positions in the first place? The incident has caused so much concern across the states that for the first time, there was a Federal Executive Council retreat on education, the president being worried about the situation.
We cannot progress beyond the level and standard of our education. Today, it is those who acquire the most qualitative education, equipped with requisite skills and training, and empowered with practical know-how that are leading the rest. We cannot afford to continue lagging behind.
Indeed, some governors have held summits on education, and not just at the primary level.
Today we have a very sad situation where products of our universities today cannot hold their heads up. It's very saddening when we look at the amount of young people who are seeking to be admitted into Nigerian universities. An entire number of universities in Nigeria, 153, with almost 10 million people seeking admission at a time. We cannot continue to depend on foreigners to give us our own solutions. The black man is in a very hot climate as we are. It takes a foreigner, it takes a foreign country to provide an air condition for us. Excess sunlight, it takes a foreigner to provide the solar cells and photovoltaic cells for us to harvest sunlight. So where is the university? Where are the professors? Where's the research and development? The council therefore has a responsibility to restructure the academic curriculum of Nigeria to reflect our core and organic needs. It is not sufficient for us to allow the inflection of time to take full control of all we do. Let us underpin this 12th council that at the fullness of your time, you would have left an impact. If it's the laboratory, if it is the core science and research, if it is the quality of teaching. University is the final custodian of the culture, the heritage of ethics, morality, conscience, education, and knowledge.
But the national president of the Nigerian Union of Teachers thinks the state governor has a case to answer.
At the LGAs, local government education authorities, where you have offices, he came, he said, people are too many, what are they doing there? No, all of you should go to classroom. He gave an executive directive that all these people in the offices should go to teach, should go to the classrooms. Mind you, some of these people are carpenters, some of these people typists, without having a recourse to their pedigree, whether they are teachers or otherwise.
However, Dele Ashiru, a senior lecturer in political science at the Lagos State University, believes the country, not just Kaduna State, had it coming.
The Kaduna competency test is only symptomatic of the general malady that afflicts the Nigerian society, and also a manifestation of long years of neglect within the education sector in Nigeria. The fact that somebody is a teacher doesn't really mean that he need not go for training and retraining. And for me, the emphasis about teacher passing exams is misplaced. What I think should be of concern to all and sundry is the skills, the competencies of those teachers in terms of impacting knowledge. And also, if it is even true that they were not able to pass exams meant for students which they teach, how, for goodness sake, do those category of individuals find themselves into the teaching profession in Kaduna State? The way to begin is to examine what philosophy underpins education in Nigeria. Education for who and for what?
Many times the decision we take offer us no political advantages.
Governor Nasir El-Rufai's big stick on teachers in Kaduna State is already generating national reaction and calling attention to the critical issues that affect the education sector in Nigeria. In recent times, successive governments have had to deal with numerous issues facing the sector. Corruption, infrastructure, teachers' welfare, and more recently, the lack of high-performing teachers have brought the sector into sharp focus. Primary school education, which is the foundation, appears to be wanting in quality, driving parents to privately owned schools. As expected, government gets the knock. The United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, UNESCO, recommends that 26% of the nation's budget should be allocated to the education sector. But that's not the case in Nigeria.